Good afternoon. My name is Pierre-Nicolas Hurstel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a project called Arianee, A-R-I-A-N-E-E. So it's pronounced Arianee, not Ariane or whatever. So today we're going to talk about what we call the era of self-owned data. We're going to try to tell you the story of the next billion users adoption, and then we'll tell you how we support this transformation with our open source protocol. So that has to be at the beginning. Okay. Okay, go. No. Okay. Doesn't work. Okay. So you're well placed here to know that internet ended up being way more centralized than what it was supposed to be. Our core belief at Arianee is that digital assets in general, and NFTs in particular, can be the thread that will help us regain control on our digital journey, us as users, but also brands, institutions and projects with their users, members, and clients. And so this thread, this link, this contact can be a digital asset that's going to be truly owned by users. And this self-owned data, our core belief is that it's going to have an impact that is way bigger than just finance, and that is going to touch the entire digital economy. So before wondering how that's possible, let's look at where we are. Forecasts are predicting 1 billion users of wallets by 2030. I'm sure you all seen this adoption curve showing that we would be close to 100 million users today, and that we have the same progression as the progression of internet. So we would be somewhere in 99 or 2000 with 100 million users, and with a correlation that would take us to 1 billion users by 2030. Which would mean that nothing would go any faster, which would be the first time that nothing goes any faster than internet since its apparition. So obviously wallets are going to be central in any digital experience. This is the place where we will store all these proofs, all these tools that will define our journey, from our diplomas, our maybe driving license, any kind of proof of purchase or digital passport of goods that we would buy. Obviously, a different kind of digital arts, wearables, and things that we can use for our truly digital life. Members card that will become truly interoperable and open the doors of gigantic loyalty programs, super seamless for users. So all of that securely stored in a place or places called wallets, where we safely own the data that is useful for us in the digital realm. So these wallets and these tokens are going to end up becoming a new social graph, a new interest graph, with a big difference from the one from today, in the fact that it will truly be owned by us. Today, social and interest graphs are owned by platforms. And that's what makes all the rules and the tolls of the digital space right now. So wallets will be our profiles. I'm sure you know Lens. They just announced their V2 protocol. You can have your followers inside your wallets. Obviously, if wallets are profiles, new privacy tools will emerge. Makes the link with Sysmo just before. You will need proofs. You're not going to want to show everything. You're going to want to be able to show a little bit of something, to hide something, and not to be completely uncovered all the time during all your interactions. And in the end, the impact for businesses is going to be huge, because they're going to regain control on their connections with their community. They're going to regain control on their social graph, on their connections with their communities, but this time in a completely disintermediated way, where users really can decide what they want, how they want to interact, and under which conditions. And so for users, it's huge, because it's a change in the level of empowerment. We're all passengers in our digital lives. We all the product when it's free. And that's going to mean more space for empowerment, for decision, for care. And that's probably going to open also a lot more space for positive values. And so these conditions that can be economic or based on exchanges are really going to change the way value is distributed. It's going to reimagine the distribution between brands, users, enablers, with less centralizations and less platforms in between. So the impact for the digital economy is going to be huge. Obviously, costs today, cost of acquisition, cost of engagement, cost of repeat purchase, etc., are extremely high. Not only they're extremely high, but they all go into the same 2 or 3 pockets of a couple platform companies. New forms of models also are going to emerge, and we've seen that with the rise of Web3 and NFTs in the past years. New revenues also, because truly natively digital products and things will be able to be sold and truly sold, not just rented, through the fact that people can absolutely own the data that they access to. So all of that with no more abuse on anyone's personal data and with more control. So that's what we call the era of self-ownership. Basically an era where we move from an internet that became centralized, where privacy is not respected, where just a couple players capture the value, and where data leaks always end up happening, to a world where the user regains control on his journey, on the things he interacts with, without any go-between, without third-party data. It's the era of a zero-party data, a data that is truly owned by users in the palm of their hand. So that's what we believe in at Ariani, that the future is in zero-party data, basically. And that, in the end, this... I'd like to replay that. I can't. Well, okay, this is going to come back. So that's what we truly believe in. We believe in this future in which users regain control on their data. We're not anymore distributing data to brands or to platforms. We own data in safe places. And obviously the UX and UI of that is going to have to improve a lot. But we believe that this is what is going to help us exit from this maze that ended up being internet. And at the end, NFTs are way more than art, luxury, and utility. They are about building our digital freedom. They are about exiting this maze in which platform encapsulated us to regain control on our journey, us as users, but also brands and businesses. So, and that's why we're called Ariani. It's a reference to the Arian link in the Greek mythology. And we believe that using NFTs as relational data is a great way to transform the infrastructure of the internet, going through brands and using them to actually get us to the next billion users. So quickly, how do we do that? So we created an open source protocol in 2018. We started to build it in 2018. We released it in 2019. It's now used by more than 40 global brands. We minted 1.2 million NFTs, minted and distributed. 500,000 on-chain events have been time-stamped on these NFTs. More than 200,000 messages have been sent by the wallet issuers to the wallet owners. And so you see just a collection of the most exceptional brands in the world that are using this technology. And yesterday we announced that we are moving this protocol to a next level to increase its compatibility first with a growing and more versatile Web3 ecosystem, to enable the possibility for brands to create collection and personalize them with feature flipping, and to enhance the versatility of these NFTs with new powerful features native to the protocol, like soulbound tokens and meta transactions. So if you look at the groundbreaking feature of the Ariani protocol, you have half of it that was already available. The onboarding transfer, the fact that we can get an NFT to someone even though they don't have a wallet, and we generate the address on the fly. The fact that all future transactions or subsidized, and that they can operate, send, these NFTs to whoever they want without ever being asked to top up their wallet with crypto. The fact that the brand verification, we can check that the issuer of this NFT has been recognized and validated as a business. The fact that users can hide the content of their NFTs because they're not ready to use ZK badges right away at scale, but they don't want either to have anyone knowing what they have in their closet. So we're able to hide the metadata and allow only authorized user to know. The recover feature, when you sell a product and you use an NFT as a digital passport, the product can be given back to you, it can be returned. So you have to be able to recover the NFT if that happens. The capability to message the wallet of the user, as I was saying, and the capability to timestamp these NFTs with events happening in the life of the product, a repair, the loyalty program, a redeem of a perk. And we're adding now, oh, and obviously the possibility to prove ownership, which we do very well every time we connect our wallet, but this time to prove ownership also offline by generating a QR code that any phone can read. So today we're adding meta transactions for everything and everywhere, soulbound and dynamic features to make these NFTs natively non-transferable. The possibility to use all these features and to create a dedicated collection that's going to appear as a specific smart contract on marketplaces. We change also the payment model, so all this protocol is an EVM multi-chain protocol, so we deploy it on several EVM chains, and it has its own token, which is the ARIA20. And up to now, we had to use ARIA20 to mint, and then to pay for a timestamp or pay for a message. We're changing this model, and we're making it free to mint, charging the user, the issuer, only when the final user gets the NFT. We call it the claim, pay to claim. Very cool as well, if you already have a collection of NFTs, if you already have your ERC 721 contract, you can add the messaging and timestamping features to your existing smart contract. So all of this are going to make these NFTs, we believe, probably the most advanced on the market, but also certainly the most used. Remember, 40 brands, 1.2 million NFTs already minted. And so the main message we have today is take a look at the documentation on ariani.org and play with it. Our team of developers, and many of them are here with their Ariani t-shirts, have built SDKs, libraries, toolkits that are making this super easy to use, and that can help you just be onboarded very, very quickly on what is probably today the most used NFT on the market, used for real-world use cases. And I mentioned a couple in the video. Digital passport of a physical good, natively interoperable membership card, and all of that available on our website and with all our team in the booth R7 during the entire HCC conference. So I know I have like less than 1 minute, but hopefully I can take one question. Thank you very much. Question, anyone?
Anyone, question? Raise your hand.
Yeah,
over there?
I see someone up there.
Hi, I never heard of Ariane, but it seems like you're very mature. So this generates wallets for the user without the user noticing it?
So when you offer someone the possibility to get an NFT for the first time, you're going to give them a link or a QR code, and we're able to generate a wallet address, and the interface is going to offer, I mean, we can have several interfaces option that can be proposed by the brands the way they want. So it can be downloading an app in which we generate a wallet address in a non-custodial way, or, and that's what we see the most being used by brands, logging in on the brand account and having a custodial or an MPC wallet generated for them on the fly. So it's the ability basically to generate an address and without any additional click to drop the NFT on it, without any form of transaction and signing, in a completely seamless way. And again, if you want to test that, we have tons of swag that are all connected to digital passports through a QR code. We have all that on our booth on R7 in the other building. So it's a pretty interesting experience when you think about onboarding the next billion users.
And does the SDK also allow to log in users, kind of, or is that also a feature? So there's this tool called Privy. Maybe you have heard of it, Privy.
Yeah.
So basically, it allows to log in, and you can log in via email. You can log in via Google. You can also log in via MetaMask, and it gives you a DID. And yeah, so I was wondering if that's also one of the features that you offer.
No, that's not one of the features. To be very clear, really the core of our expertise is to build these advanced NFTs and make them the CRM-ready relational digital asset of the future. Something that is natively designed for brands to interact with their users by distributing data instead of collecting. And then the wallets that are going to be used, the ZK tools that are going to be used, or the login solutions that are going to be used are going to be proposed by other pieces of technology from the ecosystem.
Okay, we don't have any more
Thank you
time
very
for the
much.
question, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.